Hey everyone, this is Gary Kay, and one of my favorite product categories in the industry is wireless presenting and wireless conferencing. I think it's really revolutionized our industry, and no better person to talk about that today than Jay Taylor, who's the Senior Director of Technical Marketing for ScreenBeam. It's interesting that you're technical marketing because this is a category that does require technology and technical support because it isn't seamless, right? You've done a really great implementation with the ScreenBeam product line, making it as seamless as possible. But it is a very, excruciatingly technical category, is it not, Jay?
Well, it certainly can be, right? And I think that's where we've worked really hard to try and make that from an end user perspective very seamless, very easy to use. And also for an IT guys to be easy to deploy, right? So we've spent a lot of time in engineering resources to try and make that as painless as possible, because we do know that there's a lot of challenges in trying to deploy wireless display technologies.
Yeah, one of those has been sort of the bad rap that's gone to Miracast, rightfully so, in my opinion, is that most implementations of Miracast are not good on the wireless domain. AirPlay, there's some issues there because what ends up happening when iOS does an update, you get a little bit of a delay to doing it, but to fixing it. But ultimately, Miracast has caused other problems for most companies. Although ScreenBeam has found a way around that, I can only imagine that comes from the history that you have with your relationship with Microsoft. But I really don't know how you've been able to solve that problem, address that, because you don't have the Miracast problems other systems have.
Yeah, so we've got a 10-year working relationship with Microsoft. We work directly with the operating systems group that is responsible for building their Wi-Fi stack inside the OS. And we worked with them 10 years ago, back to the Windows 8.1 days, to help them implement that stack in the OS side. And then we optimized and leveraged that capability in our products. And that has led to a number of innovations and stuff. And what you typically see then when it comes to Miracast is there's almost two flavors of it. You have a consumer grade Miracast, which is
Right.
what you find in your TVs and all of those sorts of things, and it works great for your living room. But when you try and implement that in a corporate environment or in an education environment where it's really dense RF, it becomes really, really challenging. And so we've had to invent a number of technologies in our stack to overcome some of those challenges and make it more of an enterprise hardened stack that just works reliably.
Yeah, and those that are watching this, you should listen carefully because that's one of the problems that you have is, almost all of these systems that are built into the displays that are out there, various ways that they're doing it, are all consumer-based systems because that's what they're using for their consumer products, and they're bringing the same product over to the commercial market. That's why an external product tends to work better, and what ScreenBeam has is quite unique. The other area is that, BYOM has been around now for a few years. It's an interesting thing. It's an interesting dilemma because it hit right before COVID, and had
Right.
COVID not hit, I mean, everybody would be doing this. But there's no question that if you're a Teams company, you're going to build Teams rooms. You're a Zoom company, you're going to build Zoom rooms, and you can dictate top down. We're going to be a Teams company or a Zoom company. But the truth of the matter is, every once in a while, you're going to have a call and you're going to have a appointment with somebody who's on the opposite platforms that you're on. And so the way you're handling conferencing and some of the new products like your switch, talk about that for just a second, how that solves some of these problems. And it gives you the ability to still build a Teams room, but make it capable of doing Zoom and vice versa.
Exactly. And that's actually why we built it. So we do a lot of work with our customers. We listen carefully to their pain points and their challenges. And that's what we try and innovate and
We're
evolve
looking
our
at it
products
now.
around.
We're looking at it now. So talk about the switch.
Yeah, and so what we've done then with the switch is we've developed this technology to allow you to take your Teams room, your dedicated Zoom room, and all of that, and add the BYOM functionality to that. So that way you can utilize that. And what the switch is doing is it's working hand in hand with our ScreenBeam 1100 Plus to do this intelligent automated switching. And what's really, really nice about that is that we're preserving the experiences. So those employees that know how to do their Zoom room meetings and stuff, they walk into their room, they do it exactly the way they've always done it. But they've also spent the past 2 years working from home using the client applications on
Right.
their
And that allows
devices.
them to do that just by switching it in. It's really a simple
Right.
concept.
Yeah. And so they already know how to do their client application. And so the switch, when they walk in there and they need to do a meeting on another platform, they just connect to the ScreenBeam. The ScreenBeam will handle all the intelligent automated switching, and users don't have to do anything. And so it really gives you the best of both worlds. You have one room now that serves both the dedicated function of that team or Zoom, as well as adding BYOM in that same space.
And your latest in the current model of the ScreenBeam is the 1100, is that right?
The 1100 plus, yes.
The 1100 plus, and that product is available and in stock. What about supply chain issues? Any issues with that?
No supply chain issues. Our CEO made some pretty adventurous bets at the beginning of the pandemic, anticipating some shortages, and he soaked up all the available components he could, so that we are ready to meet the customer's needs. No lead times, no wait.
All right. So which of those albums behind you is your favorite?
Oh, but that's a tough question. I'm a big Leonard Skinner fan, but I also love Van Halen and Boston, and I'm just an old school rock and roll guy.
It's funny. I've been to at least 3 of those bands I've seen in person. You're obviously a music aficionado. Jay Taylor, I really appreciate you joining me, Senior Director of Technical Marketing at ScreenBeam. Thanks for kind of spreading the update on wireless and also BYOM conferencing.
Yeah, and come see us at the Exertis Almo event.
That's another thing. You'll be at the E4 experience. We'll be there next week for actually depends on when this is posted. We'll be there October 20th for the E4 experience. But this video cast is going to outlive that. So definitely check out ScreenBeam at screenbeam.com. And of course, it's available through Exertis Almo. Jay, you have a great day.
All right. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, everyone, for watching.